Hello, welcome to my sketchbook tour. I've been wanting to do one of these for a really long time. I've just never made one. Like, I filmed a full sketchbook tour when I was 16 and just never posted it because I go through weird phases of not wanting to post my art online. But this is something I'm really excited about because sketchbooks are probably the biggest, most consistent thing I've done as an artist for years and years. So I'm really excited to share this one. And I guess just a couple disclaimers before I start. I don't do that much finished art. Like what you'll see on the first page is some of the best stuff in here, unfortunately. So if that's not your cup of tea, completely okay. Also, I tend to ramble. I like to talk a lot about my art. And if that's not for you either, that's okay. I actually don't know how much I'll talk because I might just totally choke on camera, but and as for the stickers on the front, I have a bunch of sticky notes here as like anti-doxing measures, because they're from my college, but this is from a record shop that I visited on vacation. This is from a coffee shop I went to on vacation. These, I think, were like freebie stickers that my friend gave me from something, and those were also stickers from a friend, and all the Minecraft, like, Ninja Turtle, fish, frog, smiley face ones, those are all from, like, packs that I've acquired from Michaels over the years. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and open this bad boy up, and get that centered on camera. My bad. So first page, started October 20th of this past year, like this past fall. And I collaged on the first page. That was a drawing I did when I went to a music festival with some friends. That's sticker from a music festival. That was a cool trailer I saw. Lot more stickers that I've just picked up from everywhere. I was listening to a ton of Lady Gaga, especially in the fall, but honestly now too. And I was like really getting into art pop, so Lady Gaga, Lady freaking Gaga. I love Lady Gaga. And then I wanted to get back into doing some hand studies, because I was just feeling rusty on actually anatomically correct drawing. And I also write a lot of notes for school and just like half-assed like school project notes because I am currently in college for like art education. So that, unfortunately, is in here, and it doesn't look the nicest, but I like it because it's just what I'm actually doing day to day. And those are thumbnails for a print that I did at the end of last semester. I can probably put it on screen if I remember. Oh, and those are my characters. I draw them a good bit. I haven't been drawing them that much recently, but they show up a good bit in this one. That's my fursona. That's my fursona. That's my fursona. That's my fursona. That's Wolf Link. That's Wolf Link. That's Wolf Link. More OC stuff. I love this rainbow pencil. I love me some rainbow pencil. And then more covering stuff up just because it was like some personal-ish writing, not doxing this time. That I wish I had finished. I was going to finish that with brush markers, but I didn't. I ended up just drawing my persona on the other page. I feel mixed feelings about this. I think I kind of lost the original sketch when I started going over it with the brush markers, and some of them started drying up, so I got a little weird with the color choices. And I think there's a lot of blue in here that I wish wasn't there. I wish there was more variation in the color palette, but overall I'm not mad about it. It's a business card I got from a friend, and then more anti-doxing Unova starters. This was a bunch of thumbnails for a zine that I had to make for one of my classes. And I guess I could flip through that at some point. Maybe I'll go grab it at the end and flip through it, but nah, I'm not gonna do that. So I may or might not grab the zine. I don't know, I'll decide later. More Fursona stuff. This is my Pokemon trainer Sona. I love Pokemon. I love self-inserts. That's another thing. I draw myself a lot. And this was the outfit I wore to go see Set It Off with my friend. And that's us I set it off, my artistic rendition. I was also drawing a bunch of deer, and just trying to get their head shapes right, because I drew deer for one of my other projects for school again. More rainbow pencil stuff. I was really hungry that day. More of my OCs. This is JJ, this is Rachel. They have a weird toxic situationship thing going on, as per usual. That was just some friends from my screen printing class. I was having a rough day, I think, because I needed to get killed with knives and hammers. But yeah, more OC stuff. Very loose, just going in straight with, like, I think this is... I don't know if this is Posca pen or perma-opaque marker, but either one. I like using either one to just do straight, no sketch, just drawings. More drawings of my friends, my Fursona, Wolf Link. Are we noticing a pattern? This was a thumbnail for one of the backgrounds on the zine. And I drew a bunch of Snivies and a bunch of hounds from references, because I wanted to figure out how to draw Houndoom. And these were notes that I took when my class visited the Special Collections library at my school to go look at, like, really old handmade books, and it was really cool. Highly suggest to go do that if you have the resource and you go to school. But more of my trainer Sona. I draw myself a lot. More OC drawings. I really, really love this one. I love the look of the brown, this is brown Micron pen over the rainbow pencil, just to, like, emphasize the darker areas in the line art, and I really love how it turned out. More of my Fursona. This was when season 11, I think, of Hermitcraft came out, and I was catching up on Gem and Pearls videos, and I really loved their new skins for the season, so I wanted to draw them. Also, a friend drew that. And I think this is around Christmas break, so I started working on planning out one of my Minecraft worlds, but I still haven't built it yet, so that's what this is over here. More of JJ, my self-insert for my Minecraft world. Oops, bumped the camera. And more, actually these were Knife's Life, these were from Nice Life. They're all just pearls from Nice Life. And let's see, hanging out with my friends. I was on my computer playing Minecraft while she was doing homework, so I was just drawing Hermitcraft stuff again. And there's my gecko. She's really cute. I love her. And this was right before Christmas. This is my friend's business card. And this is when FNAF 2 came out. And I drew the puppet from memory. I didn't grow up playing FNAF because I was a huge chicken as a kid, and I would have nightmares about the animatronics just from my cousins telling me about the games. So I didn't play it as a kid, but I have that sense of shared nostalgia for it. So I went and saw the movie like twice. Once with one of my friends and one with another group of friends, and I put the tickets in here. And this was more planning out my Minecraft world. I was just having fun here, honestly. I wasn't trying to make any sort of scale or cohesive look to it. I just wanted to plan out the feeling of what the Sky Island I wanted to build would look like. I do a lot of this in my sketchbook. Whenever I get my Minecraft phases, it's a lot of Minecraft drawings. And then this was, holy moly, I gotta stop bumping that camera. And then this is a doodle of Critter, 4-Leaf Island, the streamer. I watch them a lot, and I think that was during stream. And then that was another Hermitcraft doodle. And this was me. This was actually, speaking of 4-Leaf Island, I participated in their Brush Week challenge that they held during December. Granted, I did not finish it. I still need to do the last day, but I had a lot of fun with the drawing that I did do. And so I was trying to figure out a more consistent way to draw my Fursona and scribbling out ideas for the first prompt. And I really, really love how that came out. Those drawings are on my Tumblr and on my Instagram and on my Blue Sky, actually. So those are all linked probably somewhere. And then here I was in the car, I think we were driving to visit my grandparents, and I really wanted to practice drawing environments and buildings, so I took a bunch of screenshots from Mario Sunshine, and I just essentially photo bashed them as references, because this is not one consistent location in the game. This is a bunch of different screenshots just mashed into one image. But I really, really love how this turned out. I don't think it's perfect, but it gave me practice, like, drawing buildings and man-made environments that also feel, like, organic and not super stiff, and that's something that I've always struggled with. So I'm really proud of how this turned out, and I think the colors are nice, too. Really makes me wish it was summer. It's almost summer. Very close. But this was this was Christmas Day, actually. Because there's a bunch of candy wrappers, and my sister gave me the stickers off of her vinyls that she got for Christmas. So, sketchbook spread, baby. Sorry, the glare's like really bad on this page, I'm realizing. But we got Lady Gaga, Malcolm Todd, big Lady Gaga. And then this was also when the Shiza animation meme was trending, and I never catch those trends because I never have time to do them, because I'm so busy with school, but I doodled what the frames would look like with JJ and Rachel because I love them and I wish I could make them real. And then my brother asked me to draw him holding Jem because he loves Jem. He's like, it was really sweet, so I drew him. And there was more Christmas drawings. And this was a couple days after Christmas. I was fooling around, gluing stuff in here, and just drawing Tamagotchis because I got a Tamagotchi for Christmas. I feel terrible because I keep killing him. I cannot for the life of me figure out how to keep that guy alive, but I will keep on trying. Oh yeah, that was the packaging from a Blind Box Pokemon figure that my friend got me. It was really sweet. And testing out some new skin tone brush markers that I got because I didn't have any good skin tones in the first set I have. This, I was feeling kind of shitty, so I drew very self-indulgent stuff with, like, my persona, and this was when Stranger Things Season 5 was coming out, and I don't gaff. I don't gaff about the Stranger Things Season 5 ending. I knew it was going to be bad. I knew it since Season 4 came out, and it was kind of corny and, like, started to jump the... I think I was saying... I don't gaff about the Stranger Things Season 5 ending, and I'm a Ron Ants truther, and that's all I care about the show for now because they totally jumped the shark, and I was just kind of done after Season 4. But I was doodling them to be self-indulgent. And in this lovely little Capri Sun pocket, I have Lady Gagita, if the camera will focus. I have Fortune Cookie, and I have some drawings that I did with a friend of a potential, like, chicken character that I would like to play someday in a D&D campaign because he's like a scholarly wizard who's also a big, cool chicken guy, and I think he'd be really cool to play if I ever had the time to play a D&D campaign. But I was hanging out with a friend and drawing those, and hopefully we get to play that someday. And let's see. We have more Ron Ants, more Yuri. Yay, Yuri! Yay, I love Yuri! And then this was also... Oh, there's my dog. He's so cute. I love him. He's so cute. And then this was also when I dyed my hair for the first time ever in my life. Crazy to be 20 years old and heavily involved in the LGBTQ+ community and dyeing hair for the first time at that big age, but yeah, I really like it. I really like how it turned out. And I also had an idea for a zine that I want to make eventually if I ever get around to making another one about just my identity and relationship with religion. So I wrote a bunch of notes down for that. And we have more furry stuff. Let's go! I love drawing furries! Critter 4-Leaf Island. I have 2 personas. Azzy and Guppy. He's like a shark, puppy, seal, otter thing. And Azzy's just a bat. And I wanted to draw them hanging out and living in a cool, like, ocean cave treehouse combination structure. And they would be roommates, and I think they would be best friends. And I had a lot of fun with that. And this is when classes started back for, spring semester, which I'm in right now. And I was playing a little bit of Stardew Valley that week, so I drew my character in the middle of class because I was really nervous in class. And then I started freaking out because I almost totally tanked my academic career, but I saved it. I got it back. But I was flipping out, so I was drawing JJ and Rachel flipping out to cope. So many It's So Overs. That was my outfit someday, but that's also what I wear like half the days ever. Just my snivy, my big pants, jacket, and I drew my friends. And let's see, I got a little teabag bit right there. And these were more notes. I went and visited Special Collections again, and I ended up just doodling a lot because we ended up looking a lot at the same books, but it was still a really cool experience. I think I was hungry. I must have been hungry, yeah. And I was watching the Rise of Darkrai movie, so I doodled a Brock and a couple Sinnoh Pokemon. And more of Guppy, because I think he's really cute and I want to draw him more, and I love him. And this, I was just practicing, like, kind of cybersigilum-esque patterns, because I wanted to use them in a screen print. I do not like how the screen print turned out at all, but it was still a good experience learning to make it. And then I was like, who does this remind me of? Chris Deltarune. So, little Chris Deltarune silhouette right there. And this was just me coming up with an idea for, like, a funny little tiny Sona to use. I don't really draw myself like that, but I thought this guy was cute. So this was more thumbnails for that screen print. Ugh. And these are lino cut stamps that I made, like, must have been like 2 years ago at this point. But I was like, I gotta bring the salmon back because this is a very red and green page, so might as well do that. And these are thumbnails, foreshadowing for my next sketchbook, because my next, the one I'm currently working on right now, is filled with ceramics related stuff. So just a bunch of cup thumbnails, like, of silhouettes. That's my roommate's dog. He is not at the house right now, but I miss that guy. Oh, W.D. Gaster. I love W.D. Gaster. Ooh, the man who speaks in hands. Ooh. More thumbnails for that print. I don't like this page. More thumbnails for that print I don't like. I wanted to paint, actually, Club Penguin, like, surfing guy, but I lost a lot of motivation and I was really, really freaking out about school. This was around, like, a month ago, so I didn't finish this page. And this sketchbook's actually really short because this is, like, the second to last, this is the last full spread. But for my printing class, again, I started designing a screen print that's going to be like a cut and fold, like, template to fold into a little church, and I'm really excited about that print. I'll probably, like, I actually just finished the front of that today, so I'll probably put it up on screen. I was also writing down a bunch of glaze combos that I liked and wanted to use for my cups. Again, there's a ton of glaze combo notes on my current sketchbook, so there's gonna be more of that. And because of the church theme, of course, I drew Rousey, because that's my guy. And this is my roommate's dog with a hat that my other roommate knitted for him. And I put this bear in as well, because it just went with the colors of the page, but oh, he's so cute, oh, he's so cute, I love him. And that is the last page, actually. Just glued a to-do list in there, tea bag, drew myself in this t-shirt that I have with my Lapras keychain. I was really partying it up, apparently. And that was a doodle of my persona in an outfit that I would have drawn for the lovely brush had I completed brush week. Because I think, gosh, it was really close to Valentine's Day, wasn't it? Because I didn't actually put the finish date in here. I need to do that. I'm totally gonna guess, too, because I don't actually know when I finished this. So I'm gonna say February 14th, because I was drawing that for Valentine's Day. I know that. So I think I did this page on February 14th. And if not, it's not the end of the world. But I have a couple extra drawings in this pocket right here. Let's see. Actually, I looked through that folder, and this is the only drawing from that little pocket that I want to share. It's just a doodle of me and my 2 lizards. So, but I love adding pockets to my sketchbook if they don't have them, because I get random little bits and pieces of paper like this all the time that I never know anything to do with. And it just keeps cluttered down, and it's a fun little surprise to look at later. That's also a sticker I got from that local music show. Yeah, that's it. That's my sketchbook. I'm currently working on my 20th sketchbook, which is kind of crazy because I have only been numbering them for the past like 7 years or so. And some of them I finish really quickly, and some of them it takes me about a full year to do. It just depends on the size of the sketchbook and where I am in my life at that moment. But this one's been going very quickly, actually. I still haven't done the first page, but, you know, I'll flip through a little bit of it. Lots of, like I said, lots of ceramic stuff, but I'm really excited about this one. I think the cover's really cute. I decorated the front and back. But I'll show more of that later, because I would like to make more sketchbook tours, and I hope this one wasn't too long or rambly, or maybe it wasn't rambly enough, I don't know, but I appreciate any support from anybody who's watched all the way through this, and I really, really hope to post more of these. So thank you, and goodbye. Hey guys, I totally forgot. I said I was going to flip through my zine that I made at the end of this. So, for context, this zine was for class. It was a visual culture class. So just examining how culture is shown through the visuals of popular media and art in mostly contemporary, but also some, mostly contemporary history. That's not important. What you need to know was this was about the context of the term myth in visual culture, so I'm not going to read what I wrote in here, but I think artistically I'm really proud of this, so I'm going to show it off. First page, I did it kind of like cryptid theme to play on the word myth, even though that's very different from the definition of how it was used in the class. But I had these little folding things with, like, that's a rock and a kappa, and Loch Ness Monster. Oh, is this broken? Did this tear? No, it didn't. Okay, they don't slide very easily, but I have little Loch Ness Monster, like, sliding bits in here. Really proud of this, actually. And I used the surgeon's photo as an example of deception in photography. Propaganda, naturally. And then this one was just, I'm kind of running out of ideas for this page, and I just needed to get it done. Oh, the Pope Lick Monster made it in here too, and the Tsuchinoko. And just some sticky notes, my sources, but I'm really proud of how this turned out. And I think the thumbnails don't really do it justice, so I wanted to show it on camera. Okay, thank you, bye!